Hey guys, welcome to Zep Collector 98, and today I have an update with my greenhouse. First I'd like to show you my cactus. I don't remember what it's called, but there is a little fruit. Sorry, I'm on my phone, so it's not going to be very great of video quality, but there is a little red fruit on this cactus plant. And I picked another one right here. They're not actually very large at all. They're kind of shaped like a carrot in a way, but it's a really bright red. And I showed my mom this before, and she's like, "That's as big as they get." And I'm like, "Well, they come from a little cactus that's maybe 4 inches tall, so it's understandable." And I have never tried one of these before, and I think I remember seeing someone eat this on another YouTube video before, and described it maybe as a strawberry. So I'm not going to try that right now because I'm going to take my time to savor the flavor. So moving right along, I have this is the banana plant. This is one of the few banana plants that I have, and this is the dwarf Cavendish with the little pup growing off the side, and there's a new leaf right there. It is, I believe, a little bit under attack with some spider mites possibly, and I'll have to spray that later. So, this is the banana, this is the ice cream banana, I believe it's what it's called. So, yeah, it's growing pretty well. That one is also under an attack as well. So I gotta spray all the banana plants, and it kind of looks like that. That's the damage that they do. And I guess, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. It's just, no. Okay, I guess not. Alright, well, they leave just a few, like, spots all over, and it's not very pleasant looking. And it's doing the same thing to my starfruit. My starfruit, as you can see, some of the leaves are kind of poor looking. They're not doing that great. But on the leaves, you'll notice there's a few specks, and that is the damage that they do. They kind of draw out the color from the leaves. So, I haven't had good luck growing starfruit ever, so I wouldn't be that disappointed if it died, but this is basically the farthest I've ever gotten with a starfruit. This is the largest amount of foliage a plant has ever had in the starfruit category. This is the Tobacco papaya. I don't know what's going on with this one. I just note that I just recently moved all these plants into the greenhouse, maybe in the beginning of June. So it could be a reason why some of these plants are acting that way, just from shock and all that. But the tips have just started recently curling up like that. So I don't know why. And here's another one of the leaves. This is sometimes what they do. It curls up like that, and it's really weird. So that's actually the first leaf that's done that so far. But after a while they will start growing like that, as you can see right here with the weird curl at the end. In the way back, this is the guava. It is like a dwarf strawberry guava or something like that. I haven't gotten it to fruit yet, and although a website said it doesn't need to get very big because it is more of a dwarf, I probably need to apply some fertilizers to get it to flower. But it's a very sturdy plant, as you can see. I'm trying to bend it right here, not too hard to break it, but it's a very sturdy plant, really like strong. So I think it could support a guava fruit eventually, in a few months maybe, as it gets a little stronger. And yeah. In the back there's a cocoa plant that I had like grown like a few years ago. I don't know, it's just stood that way forever, and the leaves, as you can see, they all get that brownish tip, and I believe it has something to do with the humidity and maybe excess salt and fertilizer, because the water we use here is full of salt. So yeah. This is all coffee, the one right The one right here is a yellow bean coffee, and it has gotten bigger. And then these two I just bought at a plant shop, and these are the regular coffee beans. This is, I forgot what it is, but it has the big fat trunk at the bottom. I know it is still living, although it looks dead. One, because I just discovered that actually just right now. It's hard to see, but there's a green tip right there. And if I were to scratch the trunk, there would be a little green at the bottom, so that symbolizes that it is indeed still living, just in dormancy. The mandarin orange tree. Guys, I am very excited about this plant because, look there's oranges. Just orange fruits everywhere. Now, not every one of these fruits is going to make it. That's understandable. But there are little oranges everywhere. And then there is another flower right there, two actually. Oh wait, three. But those are a little late flowers, so I don't know how those are gonna do. But yes, I'm very excited about this plant to try the oranges, mandarin oranges. Last year I tried to get them to flower and fruit, but the fruit all fell off, and I didn't know what was up with that. This is the dwarf pomegranate. It's doing way better than last year. The stems are much more sturdy, so they would be able to support fruit easier. Back there is another coffee or cacao plant that I defoliated somehow because I forgot to water it. And it, again, is still living because I scratched the trunk and it's still green. That's some sort of succulent plant. It's not doing so well. I watered it way too much, and that's probably why it's a little leggy and a lot of the stuff is falling off. So I don't know what's going to happen to that, but we'll have to see. This is the dwarf loquat, and this plant was also under attack at one time, and it was in a low light condition, so it didn't grow very well, and a lot of the leaves fell off, as you can see, but it is recovering once again, and new leaves from every tip. I'm really excited about this one too, because I'm wondering if that little thing right there is a fruit bud, possibly. It could be. I know it's hard to focus on it, but that might be a fruit bud, and then there's another little shoot coming out with a leaf right there. Alright, the ice cream bean, this is the big one right here that I ordered one time, and there's grass growing at the bottom because it likes moisture, and I didn't put that seed, the grass seed there, it just grew there from the soil. And there's a vanilla bean down there that had once gotten root rot, and I just cut it off and popped it in there in that soil right there to see if it'll recover, because it would have something to grow up and trellis upon, right, as you can see. Anyways, there's new leaves basically growing from every center. So there's two right there, and there's one right there. There is, I think that's the new one right there, and there's one right there. Maybe one or two, depending. I think that one's a little newer, but that's one. This one doesn't have a new one growing, but that's alright. And then this one right here, this is new. The leaves, when they first come out and emerge, they're like a kind of purplish color, and it's really neat to see that, because my other plants that I grew from seed, they don't do that. They come out and they're just basically a green, as you can see. This plant is really tall, guys, and I'm wondering if I should like hack it kind of somewhere with a little bit of leaf, because I want it to be strong and sturdy and possibly fruit someday. But post in the comment section below whether you believe I should cut somewhere on the stem and it would put out a new shoot like I did with this one, guys. This one was very, very weak and leggy. It was so tall and it was leaning like this, so that's all I could do because I just wanted it to remain strong like it is now. So there's a sprout coming out there, and then there's a little guy right there. so that's really cool. So yeah, post in the comment section below whether I should do that with any of the 3 taller plants that I have. Alright, this is another starfruit I had grown from seed, and I cut it right there at one point, and it put out a stem right there and a stem right there. So it's cool, very cool. This one has never gotten an attack, I believe, but the leaves are kind of acting a little weird at this point. I don't know why. I don't think this will ever fruit because it's just grown from seed and they're really small leaves compared to the ones that were grafted over here, and those are kind of bigger. They look more like a starfruit leaf plant. Back here is the pineapple that has never flowered and fruited, although it's been over 2 years. That's what they said, it would fruit and flower within 2 years. But I think it's getting there, guys. It's getting pretty big and it's getting taller. And that's the center. Can't see what's down there. And it's just leaves, what it looks like to me. A few tomato plants that my dad has started growing, and they're flowering. Oh, and I just saw this, guys. There's 2 tomatoes right there. That's kind of cool. So tomatoes are pretty easy to grow in pots. I don't know, I think that was a little bit too big of a pot that my dad put that plant in. But tomatoes, they're definitely going to need that room. So, alright. That's the ice cream bean one more time. And these are cherimoyas seedlings that I grew from seed, and I had put them in pots individually. And it's kind of cool because these are almost really like uniform. The leaves are like all flat and angled towards one area. So I'm guessing it's just doing that to get the sunlight, the most amount of sunlight it can get. But they're doing pretty well. Really well, actually. And I don't know, do I need to cut this down back too so it's a stronger, because I mean, it has a nice amount of leaves, but it's really tall and just kind of flimsy. So let me know also in the comment section whether I should do that or not. So yeah, alright, this is the passion fruit, possum purple passion fruit. Never flowered ever either. I'm guessing I need to put fertilizer on this same plant as well, because I mean, it's grown really well. It has a lot of growth, but there are no flowers or anything on it, and that's really disappointing because I love passion fruit. It's really good. A little tart, but it's a really good plant. So yeah, it's really, really nice plant with foliage right here. And it basically took up this entire trellis that I put it on, so it has nowhere else to go. If I were to try and keep it on the same exact trellis, I would just have to let it dangle. It's kind of just making its way out right now with a few of these little like shoots. Alright, and guys, I believe this is the last plant I'll be showing today. This is the miracle fruit. It was terribly full of pests and stuff, so it may not look the greatest, guys. I mean, it was recovering, I believe, from spider mites, and I sprayed it, and these are just the leftover leaves that were once dead. As you can see, this is what I was trying to show before with the star fruit. There's like all that markings and whitish kind of brownish stuff on the leaf. That is what the pests did to the leaf, but I believe they're all determinated and exterminated now at this point. Unless this is what the new species or whatever foreign bug is doing to my plants. It's a little like black speckle. So you can see it better on the back side. That could just be maybe too much water I'm giving the plant, probably, you know, whatever. But it's actually showing good signs of recovery because there are flowers right there from a few of the axils, whatever you call them. So that one had budded. There was one right there. And I read that all you have to do to pollinate these little babies are just shake the plant like this. Just shake it like that, and like for maybe 10 seconds or so, and it's pollinated. So that's kind of cool, and they're probably not too hard to grow, except for this little thing that I need to find out what it is. If you guys have any idea of what that is, post in the comment section below as well. So, I'm just... Oh, Jaboticaba, that is another plant. It's living still, because I scratched the trunk and it's in dormancy, so don't worry. Oh man, I just can't get over that little thing, guys. It's really cool. It's so bright and pinkish red. It's cool. Anyways, I do have a pawpaw plant. Actually, I think there's 3 trees that I had bought and planted like a few years ago. I got a message from a guy just recently saying that I should grow some pawpaws, and that made me remember that there are indeed some pawpaws out there. There's one in there, and there's one, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's one in that little area, and then there is one right in there. Let's go over there right now. Alright guys, so this is the pawpaw plant, and there are quite a few leaves on this one, as you can see. It's pretty nice looking. The other ones don't have as much leaves, but there are a few that are sprouting. Right there, there's like 2 of them that are sprouting. So let's go over to the other one too right now. Alright, so this one's a lot better than the other last one, but the first one is growing the best. So that one has a few pieces of foliage that are growing. Alright, so thank you guys for watching Zep Collector 98. I know I haven't come back in a while. It's summertime, and at one time I had school, and I was really busy, and I kind of forgot about YouTube for a while. I just wanted to get back and relax, you know. So thank you for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to subscribe and post in the comment section about those questions I'd asked before. So thank you very much. Alright, so here's the fruit from the cactus that I showed before, and I'm gonna just cut off these little parts from the flower, and let's see what it looks like when you cut it. And it's in the center. Whoa, seeds are like a kiwi, like nearly like a kiwi. It's not very big. I'm gonna try a piece. It's really small, so it's hard to say what it's like, but it is kind of like an underripe strawberry, I would say. It's not very sweet, it's more like tart. So yeah. Almost, it is like a dragon fruit. I would have to say it's really close to what a dragon fruit is like. So that's the seed right there. Kind of the seeds are kind of crunchy like a dragon fruit. But yeah, it kind of tastes like just a dragon fruit in general, probably because they're both from the cactus family. So alright, that's really cool though. Alright, I guess that's it. I'm gonna save this one for later. So thanks for watching this taste test.